Are we live? Yeah. Hey! You said count to 5, but I just can't count that much.
Right. I just it was so tight. It was so silent. Anyway,
I know the silence got me. So, you said count to 5. I'm like
1, 2, 3. Hi guys.
And 2.
We should get.
And I did take my shoe off.
You know what? It is so good to be back together.
Yes,
with
hey
you, man.
guys. Welcome to Backwoods Brothers.
Thank you, Sean Drake, for taking my place.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Tony.
I'm with my man Tony. Yes, he didn't let me finish my saying. Dang. He's out of practice.
We're really excited about being back.
I know.
You know, actually, I want to show you something. Usually I give you something at the beginning of the show, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you a little bit extra this week, okay? Because Kyle Rittenhouse has taken a lot of extra gump, extra guff, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to give you some extra because Christy, one of our friends, made you this while you guys were sick, this epic mac and cheese, right?
If you do what you think you do, I'm going to push you off the screen.
No. So a friend of ours, let me tell you, made some awesome, she's an awesome cook, made awesome mac and cheese. And I did not know my bro loves, awesome mac and cheese. Well, his wife duplicates that, but actually adds a little something in there called sweetness. And so she made some, and he could not stop eating it to where it, plugged him up.
Oh, you did! Oh.
So what I want to do is, at first Kyle keeps up taking hits, so I want to give you some more mac and cheese. Hit 1. Hit 2, mac and cheese. Hit 3, mac and cheese. Hit 4, mac and cheese. And you got a buddy. Hit 5, and mac and cheese. And then, while that's all done, you can have some Pepto.
I might actually keep this. Wow.
So I got to do a commercial real fast with that. So if any of the left, after Kyle gets totally exonerated, which will be great, if you need Pepto because your stomach...
Whoa. If?
Oh, when that happens and you might need to unplug, here's the thing for you. It's called Pepto. All right? Pepto. There you go.
Or just eat some of that mac and cheese. It'll plug you right up, too.
Right. So, how was that? Good.
That was amazing macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
So, guys, today we are talking about, if you hadn't caught on, Kyle Rittenhouse. We're going to talk about his trial. We're going to talk also about...
Let's Go
Brandon. And not just the phrase. We're talking about the movement behind it.
Yeah. Where's that sticker?
It's actually not here, but we're talking about it after the break anyway.
Well, Backwoods Brothers.
Yeah. Which by the way, we have some cool stickers you can always buy from us on our website when I put them on there.
Yes,
I finally updated the website with the videos.
You did?
Yeah, that's so much work. I'm so tired.
Look. He is the master of everything. I got to tell you. But be sure to check it out. Like, share, subscribe. And you also want to go ahead and click and share Backwoods Brothers with your friends as well. So we want to pack this out with people who...
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no. With people who are not just like-minded, but maybe you need to be a little bit convinced. So go ahead and watch this.
Here's the other part, too, is that we... If you watched the since you were off for the week,
I was off.
We all took vacations, I guess.
Yeah, Hawaii.
You didn't go to Hawaii.
No, I didn't. I lied.
Because I would.
Hawaii.
I would have packed myself in your suitcase to go with you. But here's the thing: is last week we basically relied heavily on the comments coming in during that show.
Yeah.
And we just basically we were able to spew the whole show pretty much off the comments, which was awesome because we try to get as much of those viewers' input.
I heard they kept coming in.
Oh, they came in a lot.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, somebody tried to get 80 of them deleted.
Facebook? I don't know.
They tried.
Maybe not.
It epically failed, by the way.
Got epically failed.
Yeah, so I believe if I actually spoke to the Facebook security, and I guess that's considered fraud, and that they're actually doing an investigation on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll figure that out later. So
Good job.
We'll let Facebook deal with them later.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. So the what was I going with here? Oh, so we got Kyle Rittenhouse, we got Backwoods, we got Let's Go Brandon.
Yes.
And I had something else I was going to bring in today.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
I still haven't remember what it was.
There's something about Biden and vaccines, which...
Oh, yes.
Biden and vaccines.
There's a quick update on the vaccine stuff. Yeah. Thank you.
That's what brothers are for.
Yeah, that's what we have co-hosts. Because when I forget, he remembers. And even though we have computers in front of us,
yes,
it does not have a show plan on it.
We don't need no stinking show plan.
I want to get us a program for it eventually. But we need support from viewers.
Says we need a stinking show plan.
Well, we need to get support from viewers to get that type of software because it helps us raise the money for it.
We do need your support.
Please help us to get better show plans because we can do more with it.
Without you, there wouldn't be no us.
By the way, guess what's coming? Not next week because next week's Thanksgiving, but we do have a special guest. Scott Kaiser, the mayor of Malala, coming out.
Do you say guess? You said guess what's coming.
Guess what's coming.
It's him.
Yeah, guess. No, I'm talking him. Guess what's coming and who's coming? After the week after that, it's the beginning of December.
What?
First Thursday in December.
Yes.
There is a very special show coming after ours.
Okay.
It'll be coming on Thursdays.
Yes.
I believe it's coming at 7.
Yes.
And that is actually going to be one of the Backwoods wives. Brandy is going to be starting her own show,
aka the Big Cheese.
That's a great name for her show, but she's going to choose it, and I'm not going to reveal what her choices are.
Okay,
mainly because I don't know. We've been talking about it, but she will be sitting right here in the Backwoods studio. I'm sure she's going to put a different touch on a few of the back wall here. But
so is that Thursday at 7?
Thursday at 7, the first week in December, and she'll be going every week, and she'll have her own show, and she's going to be a solo.
Oh my goodness!
She might have guests on. That's her choice, but it's her show. And she might bring another Backwoods wife on every once in a while.
If we can find her.
If we can find her.
Where in the world is the other Backwoods wife?
Where in the world is the other Amy Long? Amy Long. I guess I can't say Carmen. There you go. Amy.
Did you try to say Carmen San Diego?
I was trying to replace Amy and Carmen San Diego. Anyways, so okay, so let's talk about Kyle.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I forgot to talk about the vaccine.
Yes.
See, you're confusing me.
Sorry.
Vaccines. If you haven't heard, this is just a quick update. If you haven't heard, basically the Fifth Court of Appeals said, "Let's go, Brandon," to Biden's vaccine. And so far, it is also, I just learned about this, they're actually trying to say, "Let's go, Brandon," to the to his vaccine mandate in the, I believe it's in the House right now. There's a special House Review Committee. Mm-hmm. I think so. It is. Anyways, I heard it real quick on the radio and I did a quick search on it.
Yeah.
But basically, when mandates like that come out, they actually go through a review process in the House, and they have a chance to review it and say, well, that's not technically legal. Mm-hmm. So
not unless you're a Democrat, though. It doesn't necessarily go through vetting processes.
You need to feed your fish.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Screensaver.
My screensaver.
But yeah, so basically they have the power to review this, find the fallacies in it, and bring it to the legislative body for a vote. Will it pass the vote? We don't know.
Right.
But it only has to have majority to pass, and they can actually strike it down from a legislative standpoint at that point. So that means everybody that is watching, this is your chance to let your legislative body work it up from wherever you need to start. Write letters, emails.
Yep.
Get on Facebook. Put the pressure on to the legislative body. When I say that, I mean from the federal side of things. Yeah. Your representatives in the House and the Senate, and basically tell them that you want to let's go, Brandon. The mandate. I
love what you said, because "Let's go, Brandon" is not just some cutesy catchphrase, even though it is pretty hilarious. We have to put some movement behind it.
I'm using the term right now to build us up for our conversation afterward.
That's it. Exactly. At some feet.
What we're going to be talking about after the break, so make sure you don't miss it, is we're talking about the "Let's go, Brandon," and it's not just a simple phrase of "fuck Joe Biden" is what it came from.
Yeah.
But it's a movement. And it's a movement of 2 parts, but we will save those 2 parts until afterward. Yes. Right. So let's talk about
our video that we're going to show today too.
Yeah, there's actually a cool video that we have for the midway break too. So, and so let's talk about Kyle. So I was watching the closing arguments today to try to get kind of caught up and make sure I was fresh on some things.
Yeah.
And that defense attorney kicked the holy shit out of prosecution.
Yes.
And he held no holds barred. Just went after him and just tore his shit up. Mm-hmm. Pardon my French, but he tore it up. It was pretty hilarious to watch.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So basically, he went and picked apart, and he literally said either the prosecution is directly lying, which is a disbarring offense, by the way. You can't lie as an attorney. You can use facts to try to prove a point, but you can't outward lie. So either he's lying or he just doesn't understand the situation. So basically, he said he's a liar or he's a dumbass. But he said it nicely in a professional way,
right?
But
let's go, Brandon. There you go.
Yeah, and so basically, he brought up some of the videos. He was able to prove his. He reproved this whole case in like a half hour on his closing mark. He reproved the whole case and tore down the other case, and he tore. Basically, this whole trial probably could have gone off in like an hour, but of course, the prosecution was trying to drag out anything they could to take this bullshit case.
Aren't they dragging it out?
They're still trying. No. At this point now, the judge. It's in the second day of deliberations.
Yes,
and the judge is basically. Now, I want to know how this happens.
Okay.
If I said to you as a juror, don't let the media influence you. Don't let social media influence you, and don't let anyone who talks to you influence you. And don't watch the media while you're at it. Do you think that's going to stop suddenly going, all the influences you had to suddenly go click and turn off? No. But the fact that he directed him was kind of funny because people have influences in their life and that's what makes them choose. But
I was going to say, as a juror, you're supposed to cut these things out.
Yeah, but
you're supposed to be neutral.
I'm human and I'm willing to admit that if I was a juror, it would be hard for me to say, well, I can look at this 100% objectively without any sort of objective opinion.
Well, there's no 100% statistics anyway.
I know.
I do it 99.999.
No, I could probably hit about 70 or 80% objective.
Yeah.
But because of my culture and the things I'm with and the people I talk to and the inputs I have, I'm probably going to have some sort of subjective opinion into it.
Or bias.
I mean, just not to lie so bad.
That's it.
So basically, we do have a note from a viewer said, someone pray for Kyle. Yes, Lord Jesus, I just say that be with Kyle, give him peace to the family. And right now, in the name of Jesus, I ask that you just bless that and bless the prosecution as well as the defense. Because the prosecution needs your help for a lot of things, and I'm not going to go into it.
And some people will ask, why would you pray for Kyle? Well, clearly, the media has an objective.
Oh, very much so.
It's interesting that I was looking.
Bring your cussing down a little bit, guys.
I was actually watching Candace Owen last night, and I love some of her. She does this counterpoint type of thing, and it was really funny. Candace Owen stated that Kyle was called a 17-year-old vigilante, white supremacist, terrorist by the left radical media. Okay? And by the way, he does have a lot of Trumpism in him. So that's what they were saying. He was influenced by all of those. And I love her comeback to this. She said, now, if Kyle's a white supremacist, he must have been the most stupidest white supremacist ever. Since when do white supremacists kill white people? It doesn't make any sense.
He was confused, I guess, because he thought white supremacist means I got to shoot the white people.
Shoot the white people.
But, but maybe he was identifying them as black or something. I don't know.
Somehow.
Because now everything's subjective anyway.
It was at night. Possibly you could have mistaken him for black. I don't know. But it doesn't just make any sense.
If our viewers have a good
explanation for that,
please by all means share something on how they could jump from basically start with him being racist and then they move into him to being a vigilante.
Well, see, but racism didn't work, so now he's a vigilante.
Oh yeah.
But now and then after that he's a terrorist.
Oh yeah.
So whatever buzzwords happen there.
What was the word that he used? Is a homeland terrorist something like that or?
Well, look, this is what I hope. I hope that Kyle, when this is all said and done, he finds a way to sue off of every single ball player, every single media person, every single person you can think of. I hope he he doesn't even need to hide out. He'll have his own island. By this time. I
saw your notes here real quick because you have them a little bigger. It's easier for me to read.
Right.
But you're about to read something that's great. But here's the thing before you get into there. I just want to point out the little quip they tried to go for right in the middle of it. The fact that he had when he was doing his interview, and he was up on the stand, he had a breakdown crying moment because as someone who has PTSD, as you're kind of getting into that actual
It's like going back.
You're starting to relive it in your head.
Yes.
And I think you might know something about PTSD, considering you're a professional mental health
Yes,
counselor.
but evidently LeBron James is a mental health professional too.
Apparently. So yes, hold this. Yeah, I know we don't read that.
I'm about to go there.
Yeah, I'm trying to give context to what you're about to read.
Okay.
So but yeah, so while I was understand, he actually had a panic attack breakdown. As you see him, if you actually watch his eyes and his face, he starts to remember what's going on. And this is an 17 at the time, just turned 18.
Yeah.
Year old kid who just shot 3 people.
Yes.
And he's trying to come to terms with that in himself as well. And he's trying to get over the trauma of what that happened, because
the humanity in him.
Because if the humanity in him, and if he hadn't shot those people, he probably would be dead. Because one of them had a gun, the other one was beating him in the head with a skateboard. So, and the other one was grabbing for his gun.
By the way, and these guys that were attacking him have clear track records, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're
one's a pedophile.
Yep, that was the one that first one that grabbed for the gun. And by the way, who threatened him earlier in that day that he was going to kill him?
Oh yes, that's right.
Yep.
Yes. So threatened him before. He has a track record. He's a pedophile. And then the second one, wasn't he? He was domestic violence. Yeah.
And I think he had something. He had something else. I think he actually had. I think there was also one that was a sex offender as well.
I think he was.
It might have been the second one was rape or something, but I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. So I don't want to put false information out there.
And honestly, we don't want to. And I mean, people's past are people's past, but these are not choir boys.
Exactly.
They're looking for.
Well, I mean, the fact that they were down there rioting and lighting shit on fire as it is already says they're not choir boys. So we don't even need the past to
fire boys. That. Did you say fire boys? Fire boys.
No, they were fire boys. They were fire boys that night.
Yeah. And didn't Kyle go down there with the? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to read a quick comment.
Yeah.
And I people are probably waiting for this thing you're about to read.
I love this.
And we're just totally skipping over if we don't read it. So I want to mention him on the stand, but let me read this, and then we'll jump back to the stand. Does that sound good? Yeah. And then you can read this. I love this quote because this cracks me up.
Okay.
Kyle is being dragged because 2 leftists in the jury are known activists. These 2 will make it a hung jury, according to a viewer. Yes, but actually, did you hear? They actually, I read on, this was on CNN that said this.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't find it too many other places, but CNN did say that for a second time, they actually put in and requested a motion for a mistrial with prejudice, and the judge is considering it right now.
CNN said this?
CNN actually reported this, but they didn't report it in good light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. But yeah, they did report on it, and it was. I think if you dig into some stories, you might find that it was mentioned there, but it's not mentioned very heavily. That was actually their headline.
Yeah, I was talking to someone involved.
At least online it was.
Well, really? Oh, got you. Huh. Well, should I mention this? LeBron James, again, I'm going to go right back to that because, evidently he has a master's in psychology, and he is a psychiatrist, and he knows exactly that, and he tweeted, by the way, that Kyle Rittenhouse must have eaten some lemon heads, a popular sour candy. And then let me tell you about lemon heads, first of all. I love lemon heads.
Oh, that's so good.
Give me lemon heads. I've never cried that hard having lemon heads. Never.
Well, so I want to know what happened during
I want to know what lemon head he ate.
Well, I want to know what happened during the first part of his testimony because he wasn't crying then.
He wasn't crying.
He cried once he started remembering the issues that happened. So he was talking about it.
That would be PTSD, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
The common sense.
But his diagnosis is lemon heads. So knucklehead.
He's an idiot.
Anyway, I can tell. It says before taking the stand, he also noted that he didn't see any tears coming out of Rittenhouse's eyes. Was he looking that close?
I mean, I'm sure you saw him, right? Because I did.
I saw him. Look, Stevie Wonder saw him. Okay, come on, Neil.
Well, there's actually a comment that fits right into the section. That's changing the narrative to fit, and also gaslighting the entire country to track and believe something that isn't true. I mean, that's what people like LeBron James here was doing. Was trying to this like the person who changed what the actual meaning of the "Let's Go Brandon" was.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. The media constantly tries to take it and twist it a little bit.
And twist it.
And by putting that,
don't believe your eyes.
That stupid statement out there, which I think is hilarious. That you got lemon heads. Of all the things you can come up with, lemon heads.
I mean, I picture a puppet.
I think he is a lemon head himself, but
knucklehead, juice head, whatever you want.
Whatever, but
the other thing is about this is when in a day has LeBron James been oppressed? LeBron James now comes out with a tweet like this, and maybe, I don't know if he called him racist or anything, but LeBron James, if you did, I mean, you know a lot of things about things that we don't even know about. But, I mean, he has never been oppressed. He has more money than I can ever, dream to have. But yet he has something to say about Kyle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody can have something to say about Kyle. I'm never going to come against free speech.
No, free speech is great.
Be accountable to the dumbass thing. The dumb thing to say. I'm trying to watch my language.
Well, if you're going to say a dumb butt thing, then you deserve a dumb butt response.
Did you say dumb butt?
Yeah, I say dumb butt. That's what I said. Dumb butt. Yeah.
Here on Backwoods, brothers, we have that hard language like dumb butt.
Dumb butt.
Anyways,
for sure though.
Yeah, I am. For those the viewers that are watching, I am trying to curb my language for you guys, just because we do have some viewers that prefer that we don't, and I want to make sure we're getting the point across.
And if you don't stop what you're doing, we might have to cancel you. I might have to have someone.
I'm gonna come back from break and have duct tape across my mouth.
Candace Owens said this. I love this. She goes, "The media is wanting to ruin the life of a 17-year-old kid that has a clean record while defending men who could not pass a background check if their lives depended on it. Domestic abuse, and it was pedophilia." So, he
actually can't sue. I saw you, Mr. I'm just gonna pop right in, just put it out there. He can't sue a politician.
No,
it's because of indemnification. That's why. Well, they're grossly negligent.
Can I actually check? Yeah, can I actually redact that? He can sue. He can sue the media. He can sue a media platform, a network, maybe journalist, basketball player, for character smears.
He can sue him for that one. But when it comes down to a politician, as long as that politician is acting in good faith and enacting their duties or their position,
right?
They're actually something called indemnification, and you can't sue them. Now, can you sue the government or the what they're representing? Sure, you can sue the state,
right?
If they're a state representative, if they're a city or county, you can sue them, but you can't sue the actual individual.
Our actual
unless you're
president,
grossly negligent.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. Our actual president had something to say about Kyle too, a judgment about him.
Man, go ahead. But by the way, Mr. Biden. So.
Yeah, you said Mr. Yeah, so by the way, one of the things, guys, he's going to say, and I'm going to catch him one of these days.
I do respect the office of the president. So, hey, we're having the great live signal issue again. Sorry, guys. Our lovely, wonderful, we're back on live. It's fine. I'm just saying, we've been having these issues for a couple of shows now.
Okay.
I do have a fix for it. I just didn't have time to put it in today.
Got you.
But it's actually our provider, and I'm working with them to get it fixed, but we've been having issues with our internet. So,
but we're back.
Yes, please bear with us. I'm just putting this out there now because we're probably going to happen again. Please bear with us. We are working on it, and it shouldn't be the next week.
Well, what you're going to hear right now today is the Cliff Notes. You have to go back and watch the whole thing. Okay.
Anyways, so go ahead.
No, but what you're talking about is so you brought up a good point. We cannot sue politicians, but I'm hoping he gets justice as well, because you just can't. And I was leaving off on, didn't our own president have something to say about him?
I actually haven't heard the quote from him, but that's because most of the things he hears, I feel dumber afterwards, so I try to reduce that so I can get through the day. Yeah,
well, I'm not going to put it out there over the airways if I didn't, but if you have heard something being said, please go ahead and just type it in, and I'll be very careful with it. But I believe he did weigh in and have an opinion. So,
hi, I'm Joe Biden, and I'm just going to weigh in on this one here, and where am I? All right,
okay. I want to say something so bad, but I will refrain from that one.
I see. I'm trying to see what's on here, but okay. So, the kid that sued the media for defamation won $250 million from the media. This is a comment from a guest.
Wow.
The one that was up against the drummers, and older Native American guys, so Kyle can sue. Yeah, Kyle can sue the media. I mean, the media doesn't have the protection of indemnification.
Yes.
They can be sued for defamation and other things.
Yes. And start reporting the news as it should be.
Someone said it came out that Kyle has a mental issue that makes him too trusting of people and unable to lie. Tony, is that a real issue?
Definitely too trusting of people, unable to lie. Not that I know of is a actual diagnosis. But I absolutely say it's not a bad trait.
Okay, wouldn't that kind of fall sometimes under like autism a little bit, where they kind of speak what's on their mind versus?
Yes, but speaking what's on their mind, without a filter. Without a filter.
And it may not be that they're not unable to lie, but
right.
What they do
but
is
they kind of say what's on their mind.
Yeah, and so they're more likely to just push out what's there.
Yeah, I did see a little affect, a little facial recognition of something maybe going on. But like I said, I cannot honestly. I mean, LeBron James can, but I cannot honestly
without
give a diagnosis without seeing him.
Exactly. So, but well, I mean, we're still waiting for the verdict.
Yeah,
we do. So this is going to a quick summary where things are at.
Yeah,
judge actually sent the 12 jurors and 6 alternates home, which I think is a genius idea since they've all been actually threatened and everything else. Mm-hmm. That's not going to push into jury coercion. I hope he sent them home with protection or something.
Right.
But he did send them home overnight. Maybe he's trying to get them to make a decision.
It's like, go home. Go home.
Yeah. But he sent them home, and they're supposed to be back tomorrow morning. Okay. Hopefully to render a verdict. So
this is so charged because it fell under last year's BLM and Antifa riots.
Last year's.
Well, yeah, I like it gone and left, but no.
Tomorrow maybe we'll find out verdict, but also on top of the verdict that's supposed to come back tomorrow morning, hopefully.
Yeah.
We are also waiting to hear back on the judge's ruling about the motion for mistrial with prejudice.
Okay.
So one of those two could happen, but he can't offer the mistrial after the verdict's been given. So he's got to either give it before the verdict's been given, or the jury, if they come back before they come back in and to present a verdict.
Did you guys see that news clip where the judge literally came down on the plaintiffs for overstepping his ruling? Prosecutor. The other P. Prosecutors.
What's a prosecutor? Right here, we just make up our own language on Backwoods, brothers.
I had a little Snapple. Watch out for that. But no, didn't they get a little bit of their backside handed to them?
Oh yeah. Well, after the judge had basically said, give a ruling that they can't bring in, basically something that has happened after the trial, or I believe it was something that there was nothing they wasn't allowed to bring in. It had to do with his mental state, like months or years before the trial.
Yeah.
So he's basically he tried to find some other way after Kyle's testimony to bring that back in, and the judge went to town on him.
I saw it.
Oh, it was great. Woo! Dude. Man.
Judge Judy, everything all over him.
Oh, exactly.
Judge Judy all over him, because you don't do that.
Exactly. Well, that just shows how bad the prosecution is.
Yeah.
But with that, hey guys, we are going to be right back. There's a special video right in the middle of this.
Yes.
We want everybody to watch.
Can I set that up?
By all means, please.
Brian Gray is it's not Brian Gray. It's Bryson Gray. Bryson. Look him up online. He is an amazing rapper. You probably won't find him a lot online because he is very censored
that people
as
are getting
well.
now,
not because of poor language, but because of the message.
Okay.
So we have it right here live for you. Not live for you, but we have it playing for you during break. So make sure to stick around and check that out, because we're going to fall right back into it. I'm not going to rap for you, but we are glad that you're here. Stick around. We'll see you in
about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're going to be talking about Let's Go, Brandon!
Let's go, Brandon!
All right, see you then, guys.
Various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not gonna get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Somebody gotta do it. Hey, let's go, Brandon. I keep a drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planned it. Hey, let's go, Brandon. When you ask questions, they start banning. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Hey, let's go, Brandon. I keep a drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planned it. Hey, let's go, Brandon. You ask questions, they start banning. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Hey. Biden said the jab stopped the spread, it was lies. I remember how you wrote, but you haven't opened your eyes. These politicians are demons just in disguise. Look at Kyrie Irving and Nicki Minaj. Look at Australia, that's what's coming next if we don't stand up. Stop complying with them taking our rights, it's time to man up. Republicans voting for red back laws, that's just what I can't trust. If you about the vax, then they gonna ban us. Hey, this is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul. Market about to crash, this is what you chose. Ruining the country, I've been best to go. You gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads. I'm a man of God, I can never
Let's
fold.
go Brandon, I keep it drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planted. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. When you ask questions, they start banning. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. I keep it drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planned it. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. You ask questions, they start banning. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey.
Let's go Brandon, and it's clear that man a rat. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon, now the Taliban a threat. Hey, you planned it, now the Taliban is standing on our neck, chanting death to America, you are barely president. Listen, I don't think you hear, man. Let me make it clear, man. Better keep your hands into yourself, that stuff is weird, man. I wish I could take you in the back place, smear the queer, man. You could take the vax, I fear God, I don't fear man. I'm on gear 10, believe me, we ready to rumble. The only play the Joe can execute is a fumble. I think we all know he's out to lunch. That dude went camping. I'm a Christian, so how do I say this? Let's go Brandon.
Let's go Brandon. I keep it drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planned it. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. When you ask questions, they start banning. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go
Brandon. We know he capping. Patriots out in the street taking action, hunting us down for speaking the truth. Beat on the pedal, let's save all the youth. Media lying, ignore all the crying. They building back better, but only the Taliban pilots on strike. But to Joe, it's irrelevant. Open the border, lose all the order, divide us up so they know that we never win, but we're united. We here in the stadiums, everyone chanting it, seeing it slandering. Biden collapsing and Democrats stealing it. Hey, we look at Joe. Can we get a refund? How about some mean tweets? Joe is a crook and he knows how to deceive. FJB is the motto in these streets. Let's go Brandon, sing it with me.
Brandon. I keep it drum like I'm Nick Cannon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Pandemic ain't real, they just planned it. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. You ask questions, they start banning. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey, let's go Brandon. Hey, hey.
There, now you're on.
Hey!
You know what? This is all live. And so we are thankful for our tech people. They were sweating back there and we're just dancing.
Yeah.
So anyways,
You gotta keep warm out here.
we got to keep warm out here. But we are loving our people. So give them a shout out because they're doing a wonderful job.
Yes.
Hey, guys. Keep those comments, keep those things coming. I hope you enjoyed a word from our sponsors. Give them a shout out and definitely visit Hitch and Post and Whitney Signs. And we're so glad that they have chosen us to push forward. Hey, and also we've been talking about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yep.
But now we're talking about Let's Go Brandon, and Bryson is the man.
Can we, before we jump into that,
Uh-huh.
we have a whole lot of comments that came in over the break about that. I just want to read them to give them the credit of it.
Absolutely.
And then let's jump right into the.
Absolutely. I'm going to shut my mouth.
No. I just. There's a whole bunch came in. I just want to read them for them.
Bro.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of read them down the way, so that all your effort is not just lost out there. There's a thing that the defense was saying prosecution withheld video evidence, which is why they are trying to get the judge's ruling on mistrial. Yes, I did hear about that. That is actually something that was out there. It was them trying to make a negative point of him pleading the fifth when he was first questioned, which is his right to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. That is what he got hit on. He after he got arrested, he chose to basically silence. Yes, which is a smart move, and that's actually what they teach you.
Yes.
When you go through proper gun training and everything else.
Absolutely.
So is to basically just shut up after the there and talk to your lawyer first.
Absolutely.
So he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to use that, and which is it's a legal thing to do. So
and by the way, since you said that, I talked to a law enforcement officer who confirmed that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something that you teach you. It's part of the Miranda rights and everything else. You have the right.
Gotcha.
What's the first thing you say in the Miranda rights?
You have the right to remain vocal.
Silent.
Silent. I said vocal. Sorry.
It's right there in the Miranda rights. Did this lawyer not go to school?
No.
I think as Ben Shapiro says.
Yeah.
Did he get his law degree out of a Cracker Jack box?
Right. It's the oldest joke in the book, but it works. Okay.
They're already gearing up to riot, and people are already violent and getting arrested for it. They actually have.
They didn't need much of a gear up.
Oh, they were doing no matter what.
The sun's up.
Whether he won or whether
the sun's down.
Won or lost.
Yeah.
They'd riot because they're happy. They riot because they're mad. They're gonna riot. They have 500 National Guard troops on standby though. You'll probably double that already.
Yep.
I wonder what kind of chaos will happen to no matter what the verdict. Yep, that's what basically it said.
That's what we said. Yeah.
It's so sad that they would do that. It's very sad, but unfortunately, this world's in a sad state right now.
That's where we're at.
Hope he is set free. Sandman, the kid that won $250 million, already said he supports Kyle and will help him. Boom. Okay, that's awesome, guys. So let's jump into our next subject.
Man, I'm glad we got those. Keep them coming though, and so we don't want to just.
I want to hear the. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to hear the people, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk over you.
Talk over me. Talk over me. Sometimes I get tunnel vision.
You
right?
throw things at me. Tunnel vision. Was that a joke?
Oh, he's making fun of me because of the other Backwoods brother. If you see our little thumbnail meme, whatever you want to say, poster or whatever, I have one eye.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You may have one eye, but you see better than most people.
And I have one heart.
Yes.
Okay.
Big one.
Here we go. Bryson. Bryson is awesome. And I'm actually glad to talk about this because there are two outspoken conservative people who happen to be, I'm not going to say African American because I'm not from Africa.
You have 3 fingers up on your
Oh, okay. Well,
just want to point that out.
2 fingers. 2. Peace sign. Peace. No, 2 people who are Black Americans who are conservative, and they're actually being censored. Candace Owen and Bryson. By the way, he's released an album. He's actually released 5 albums. I don't know if we do albums anymore, but CDs
real
and things
quick.
like that.
Candace Owens being censored? Shocking.
I know, right?
Okay, continue.
Right, she's the biggest threat. Isn't she a lawyer?
I don't know. Is she
I think
a
has a lawyer background. A journalist background. Yeah, But she knows how to do journalism correctly, though. Yeah. His most popular songs on his album are "Trump Is Your President," which, by the way, Bryson used to be a Obama follower. Mm-hmm. And then he transitioned to Trump, went to a Trump rally, and that's where he was convinced that this is the president that he would like to follow. Mm-hmm. And he's a and there's another song that's called Gun Toting Patriot. And there's one no mask, no vax. And there's another one, mega steppin', whatever that is. MAGA steppin', sorry. No vaccine. You can leave. False teachers. Trump is your president remix. So he comes back for round 2 and never folds. So you want to check those out. And he also wrote a new one about the Kyle trial. Kyle trial. So that fast.
Yeah. Are we getting like a cut for all this, man?
You better be. You know what?
No, we get a cut for this, man. You're promoting this guy up and down.
I know.
Gave him a video on the show.
Listen, Bryson, if you want to come on the show, you are welcome, right? You just got to give us a cut of your stuff.
Cut of your profits.
But yeah, and so, I mean, this Let's Go Brandon craze. When I talked to you earlier, I was, earlier this week, brother, I was on the fence about this. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say I'm still on the fence because, and so next a couple weeks down, I'll tell you where the tension point lies. I'm a Christian. Okay. Everybody knows that. And so Let's Go Brandon, aka F Biden, might be something that's a tension point for me. But actually, Let's Go Brandon, as I do a little bit more research, really has to do with the false media.
The primary thing that kind of came out of that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily the F Joe Biden. That's what was misconstrued, or in this case not misconstrued, mm-hmm. tried to be hidden by and tried to basically lie about what was actually saying. So mm-hmm. those who haven't seen the video, we're not going to show it because that's just a lot of extra work there, and to try to turn that all the way up so people can hear it. Yeah. But what the short story is, and you can look it up on YouTube everywhere. There was a race. I think it was a NASCAR race. Mm-hmm. Yep. And the person who won the race was named Brandon.
Yep.
And they were being interviewed by a media channel.
Right.
And the person that was interviewing them is actually known to be kind of leftist, and she had been known also to try to alter the situation of what was being said, or kind of basically she had an agenda and some of her stuff, and she's been caught on that a couple times. So the crowd was shouting in the background as she was interviewing this winner, Brandon, mm-hmm. F Joe Biden, but they were using the actual word F-U-C-K there. I'm trying to be nice. I'm just going to say it. Sorry, fuck. She said it was fuck Joe Biden. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. I'm down with that bad word. Sorry. Uh-huh. Anyways, and they were shouting over and over again, no, over and over.
Brandon Brown was the race car driver.
Brandon Brown. Uh-huh. And so then this media newscaster looks at him and goes, "Oh, look, they're saying, let's go Brandon." No, they're really saying, let's go Brandon. They're saying, let's go Brandon. She said like 5 times. Like she was trying to convince the people that were saying it that that's what actually was being said. But if you listen.
But I actually have to say this, brother.
Yeah.
I have to say, I love that the media outlet gave equal opportunity to people that can't hear very well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, she's deaf in one ear and can't hear out the other. Obviously, because everybody in the dead heard F. Biden, but
F. Joe Biden.
F. Joe Biden.
Right, yeah. Yes,
F. Joe Biden. But, I mean, everybody and their grandmother heard that, but she heard, being right there, something totally different. Uh-huh. Like, let's go Brandon.
No, I will give this one. It was very quippy to change it to "Let's Go Brandon."
Actually, it was.
It was very quippy. I'll give her that one.
Well, you know what? But one word was given to her. You know what it was?
What's
Brandon.
That? Yeah.
so you know.
But I said to make that connection real simple.
Right.
It was about
the.
Yeah, it was just funny how quickly she was able to do that. I'll give her that one.
Well, it's interesting how the leftists are looking at this, though.
Okay.
I have some quotes from CNN, and I have some things from the NPR.
Well, of course, all of the media channels that are known to lie and alter the truth have been caught on it over and over again, including...
NPR said this, though, and they labeled that term, "Let's Go Brandon," as vulgar. And let me go on. Edward Isaac Xavier was offended by the phrase...
Offended?
He was offended by the phrase that he called an inside joke telling President Joe Biden of the United States to perform a sexual act on himself.
No, it didn't say... Joe Biden, go F yourself. That's not what the phrase is.
No.
It's F Joe Biden.
Yeah. So I wonder where it is.
But that's what the phrase was. But that's the backstory of it. Let's talk about the actual movement of it. The main movement of it is to bring awareness to basically the lying bullshit shit media.
Man, you want to cuss tonight, don't you?
I want to say something. I'm heated about
It's
it.
in the squirt.
I'm heated about it, but I'm trying to again watch my language. But the bull that the media is and trying to and the lies and to try to twist everything is to bring awareness to it. And this is one that was so obvious that you just can't hide anymore. It's fake news. It's not like a fake news one. It's the same thing.
It's fake news.
But at the same time, I hold the term of F Joe Biden, and I'm not saying F the presidency. I respect the office of the president, but Joe Biden I do not see as a president because I lost that ability to see him as a president when he left Americans in Afghanistan.
And that's where this phrase has come from. There's two things: the handling of the pandemic, or what Bryson would say, which he's come under fire for, is plandemic. And the way he treated Afghanistan and leaving Americans over. So that's really the crux of.
And while I'm heated about the mandates and stuff like that, that's only one piece of the pandemic side of it, and I think that he completely botched the pandemic. But that you can still be presidential and botch something like that because you did just be bad at your job.
Yeah.
But there's nothing ever presidential about leaving an American, whether they are holding a special visa card, because that is a legal item for them to be in the U.S., or a full-blood citizen American. Ever, there's nothing presidential about leaving them under any circumstances. You have a massive military. You deploy that full military into there until you can get everybody out.
Yeah.
No matter what. And so the minute he didn't do that, he lost the title and the respect that I give to him, whether he's sitting in that presidential office or not. I don't respect Biden. I respect the office of the president. I do not respect Biden.
Let me ask you this, though. You see a lot of, even some leadership books give, and there was this term called "never let them see you sweat." It's an old term, and it usually says, you know what, if you're a leader, you act like even your mistake was planned.
What about never let them see you fall up a set of stairs?
Well, he already flubbed
how
up.
How about walking into a wall?
He already flubbed up.
How about not unable to read a teleprompter?
There's hope for him.
I could go on.
No, but seriously. And so I wonder if he would have said, you know what, I goofed up big time, or other words, and just owned it. Do you think that...
the owning it means nothing to me. Once he made the conscious decision to leave Americans there, because he had more than one opportunity all along the way. There were people on his staff, in the military, and in the public, saying, and the legislative, saying, don't leave them there. Keep our people there till we get everybody out, and if you have to, bring more people in. Sure, you screwed up the weapons thing. Sure, you lost Afghanistan. Sure, you pissed off all of our allies, but don't leave our people there. That's the problem. He left Americans and special visa card holders in that country to fend for themselves. And I guarantee you, it's not being reported, but I almost guarantee you that a couple of them probably lost their lives, if not more. So
absolutely.
And I mean, let's not even talk about the humanitarian issue that he created and all the other problems. We'll put that aside. I'm talking about this. We're talking about he left as a president. You have no greater duty, and of all your jobs, it is to protect your people.
So is the Let's Go Brandon movement a rally cry? Because I'm hearing some things about, really what happened with the F Joe Biden chant was this the stand of we're all at a event that is larger than 6 feet, or I'm sorry, the distance. There's many people at this large event, and they are able to, and they're all shouting together, and they're doing it.
I think
in unison.
I think the initial piece of it was just getting a chant out, and people were just saying, "Hey, F Joe Biden," because they hate him and don't like it how he is as a president. But
has it changed to a movement?
I think it's changed to a movement because it started with the media thing, and then I think it's also grown into a movement to bring awareness, not just about the media thing, but also about Biden. Because when you're saying Let's Go Brandon, people in most cases at least talk about it and go, oh yeah, that dork or whatever else word you insert there, he screwed up X or Y. It's bringing that awareness. So, and then people are paying attention. The more that they hear about this, they're going to pay more attention. So come the 2022 elections, there's going to be a lot more people awake and a lot more people pissed off about the way that the leftists are running this country and running it to the ground they're like on a speeding train running it to the ground. I'm shocked about how much damage he has managed to do over the
Absolutely. Yeah, I hear what you're saying on that one. I hear what you're saying. Are you looking at some comments there?
Yeah. So I do see something on here. The media lies with no care of the damage it causes. Anything. Okay, so that was anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to remain silent. Let's see. A prosecutor. The prosecutor is studying in his ignorance. He knows nothing of firearms or ballistics. Yeah, he actually pointed the firearm at the jury. He also said with his finger on the trigger, it wasn't loaded. He also said, and the jury heard that if you bring a gun, you lose. Yeah, if you bring a gun, you lose self-defense right? No, you don't. Sorry, that's not true. Not even close. That's his plain old ignorance and lies.
Huh.
So, and there's a statement that says that is not true. I don't know what that goes to. So, I don't know the context of that. So that is not true statement. Please bring context.
It's not true.
Oh, it was a statement to the previous one that if you bring a gun with you, you automatically lose self-defense. That's not true. Okay, so that's just part of the same statement. The prosecutor Binger, totally red flagged the jury, and by doing that, I just mentioned that. Yeah, he actually held the AR-15 up, and he is pointing at the jury with his finger in the trigger.
I saw that today.
Yeah, that guy, he knows nothing about weapons.
Yeah. And
you think you're
pointing it at a jury, you know what? It just goes along with everything.
You think if you're going to be prosecuting someone over gun charges and shootings, you'd educate yourself with common gun tactics and understand all that type of stuff.
Right. And don't point. Well, let's get down to the basics. I don't point a gun at you. We already saw what happened in the media before. I'm not going to mention that's a whole nother thing.
Yes.
But we already saw what happens with a loaded gun pointed at somebody. Mm-hmm. So, no, we just don't do that. I mean, I'm not saying that was loaded, but at the same time, we just don't do that.
Yeah, there's a question. So the prosecutor will be held accountable for red flagging the jury during his explanation. Of course not. Oh, I mean, he's probably gonna. Someone could report him into a review board, and it'll get through the review board of what they want to do. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think based upon what he did there, that not only should be fired, like as soon as he probably should be fired now, but the case is almost over. She should be fired and disbarred. And I think also, I think his ADA should also be fired and disbarred as well.
Yeah.
They crossed the line.
Yep.
But as far as the Let's Go Brandon piece, that's kind of what we're focusing on. But we don't want to miss your comments.
That is why we're jumping.
We
should keep. I mean, this is really a hotbed for a lot of us right now because there is a precedence. I can't talk. Set after this.
Yeah.
So. And actually, Brandy, I think, mentioned that last time to me. There's a precedence.
If he is with all of the evidence showing clearly, it's very clear that there was prejudice on the prosecution side, but if they could clearly show that it was self-defense over and over and over, that's been shown clearly over and over and over again. There's video to back it up. There's witness statement. Even one of the people that was on the stand for the prosecution even admitted that he was pointing a gun and everything at Kyle Rittenhouse. So with all that together, you would if the jury convicts him as guilty, that's going to basically show that no matter what the law is, no matter what the information is that's being put out there, basically you could have no more faith in the justice system after that.
Well, I'm concerned. You won't be, well, I was going to say, we just heard you won't be able to defend yourself after this. And I was concerned that the next thing that would be looked at is the stand your ground.
It will collapse the entire thing, and it's all because it's a media push weight. And I'm tired of the media getting involved. Honestly, I think the media should be barred from reporting on this stuff until after the case is over.
Yes, absolutely.
Just like I think the media needs to be barred from going out in the military excursions.
Well, didn't they, with the OJ trial, dismiss the media because it was such a...
Yeah, but the media still...
Were you even alive back then?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. I knew
So-
you were like a knee-high to a grass.
I remember when I was actually down in Vegas working security when OJ actually, had all that problem in Vegas and got arrested and everything.
Right. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Well, that
you
I mean
remember that?
that was after all that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the media. I'm not talking about just not being in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the media being barred from being able to report on it afterward. But I mean that would cross free speech lines.
Free speech. It would.
But nonetheless, yeah,
It would.
So, but
Free
hey,
speech.
you know what time it is?
You know what? Is it time to close up?
It is time already today.
What, guys?
I know, it was a good. It's been a good show. We've been going at it like crazy.
Yes.
And
this is what happens when we don't see each other for 2 weeks.
What you guys don't see is right off our screen, we actually have this box that says on air. And
I
as
think
we
it's
get,
flickered out.
as we get closer and closer to our time, that it starts blinking slowly.
Wait. Can I read you one more thing, though? On the Let's Go Brandon, you guys, New Day, CNN John Avalon, I should say, called the chant of Let's Go Brandon trollish and not patriotic.
Yeah, you can just shove it up as... Never mind.
You want to really say it?
Well, honestly, anybody in the media, famous or anything else, that says these things, honestly, it's about as garbage as you can get. Because most of it's not based in facts, and all it is about a personal agenda. Yeah. If they can base their comments in facts, I would give more weight to them. But most of them don't have the two brain cells to even put facts.
I can tell you what wasn't patriotic was last year when last year when a severed head of our President Trump was glorified. Mm-hmm. By the way, with his head severed. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I mean, we want to talk about things that are outlandishly threatening. Well, you don't threaten your president with. Well,
that's why I like media like the Epoch Times. I like media like the Daily Wire because they don't glorify or try to agendify their data. They try to now. Granted, there are parts of the Daily Wire where you get Ben Shapiro. Like he's the part of one of the owners of the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
He talks and gives his opinions on stuff. But he also presents facts. He backs it up with facts. But as far as the actual reporting piece of the actual stories, they're all fact-based. You can check everything in there, and it's not opinionated. It is reporting the facts. And they're not going to glorify something like that. Yeah. If a right-wing militia group or something like that did something stupid, or if someone, it doesn't matter if it was Trump and he did something like that.
Yeah.
The Daily Wire would report on him the way it's supposed to be, and it would not be glorifying him.
I don't think that the Let's Go Brandon movement would have been if she just kept her mouth shut about what was going on in the background.
Exactly. That if she wouldn't have done it, and there wasn't a movement, if there hadn't been happened, if she would have done it the one time,
just
it would
report what's there.
Yeah, even if she did it the one time, it probably wouldn't have gone what it is. But the fact is, the media's been doing so much.
Yeah.
People are tired of it.
It's not just this.
Yeah, that's what got it. That's what's got the whole movement going.
Yeah.
All right. So that light I was telling you about, it is blinking so fast right now, it's going to give me a seizure.
Yeah.
All right, that's our production team saying, "You're past a minute."
I know, guys.
I have a really good question though that you might.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One last question. I've been told by our production team to take.
I got a copy and send it to you.
Yeah. So one last question. I'm going to read it to you guys, and then we're going to head off from there. Okay. Do you think these 3 words, "Let's go Brandon," were the turning point to expose the gaslighting-based liberal media?
That's a good question.
I think it's.
Hope so.
I think it could be. I think people are already aware of it. That's just a tool that came in front of them to really. I think it was already a turning point, because the turning point really started happening during fake news. And people didn't really, that wasn't really as much, it wasn't really resonating with people as much as Let's Go Brandon has.
But I think this is a clear example of that happening before your eyes. The whole thing now is don't trust what you see. Don't trust what you hear. Believe what I say. Exactly.
And there's people still trying to say, "Oh, that doesn't say Let's Go Brandon." But, that's because they're deaf.
But that's the first step of brainwashing. If you don't believe what you hear and believe what you say, you don't trust yourself to understand what it's actually here. We understand the English language, so we know what they said.
Yeah, exactly. And all it takes is one word to be different from what she's saying over and over again.
Yes.
And to show that it's not Let's Go Brandon. But yeah, anyways. Yeah. Okay, guys. Hey, we really appreciate it. For you guys coming out, please like, share, subscribe. Check out our website, backwoodsbrothers.com.
Yes.
Next week, we have Mayor Scott Kaiser coming out. And actually, I wanted to mention this the week after, which is the day before Brandy's show's coming out. We actually are going to have George, as our producer, is going to be sitting in as a guest with us. Because for those who don't know, George Austin is our producer, but he is also a published writer.
Yes.
So he's self-published, but he has written a really awesome children's book.
Yes.
And he's going to be presenting and talking about that a little bit. Plus, we have a little bit of religious talk we're going to do.
Yeah, and by the way, ladies, he can sing too. He can sing.
Yes, he's a lot of fun. So we're gonna
we'll get him to sing.
And so for those of you watching, we're gonna the intermission we hope to put on, which had a little technical difficulties there, didn't get pushed out.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that right after the show closes. But it's important in that.
Yeah,
it's gonna play the video again from the. From
Let's Go Brandon.
Yeah, Let's Go Brandon. Bryson Brown.
No, Gray. Bryson Brown. Well, you say that because he's brown?
No, but there's actually there's another songwriter I was watching last night with the last name of Brown.
Really?
Yeah, it's Brian or
Send that to me.
Something. I'll have to find it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, what's that?
James Brown.
Not James Brown.
He said
not James Brown.
Our producer said James Brown.
Anyways,
I guess all black people
Buddy Brown.
alike.
Buddy Brown.
Buddy Brown. Okay.
Anyways, so but in that intermission is actually the video, the commercial.
Yes.
For George Austin's book.
Nice.
And he actually has written a second one, but he hasn't published it yet.
Yeah.
And so he's got some stuff coming out. It's for kids. It's really awesome.
It's got
a really good moral piece to it.
Yes.
And it's a Christmas book.
It's a Christmas book.
Great gift. So we're going to put all that out there. So guys, go ahead and watch it.
He also did all the art.
Yes, he did all the art. He's an artist. He's a writer. He's a singer. He's just got those type of talents. But and he's a producer.
I know, right?
So yeah, he's going to be here the first Wednesday in December, I think is what it is.
Yes, and one more thing. We are a talk show, if you will, for lack of podcast, whatever you want to call us, that we talk about nationwide issues, but we might bring it home just a little bit because we have to start from home.
Oh, hey, his book could be nationwide, man.
Yes, and that's what we're looking for.
Exactly.
Make it known throughout the nation.
That would be on the 1st of December is when he's going to be on. And the 2nd of December is our Backwoods wife, Brandy Litke, is going to be running her show for the first time. She'll be on camera, so you guys get a chance to see her, okay? Well, thanks, you guys. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Join us right here on Facebook or YouTube. You can get more information and watch our previous shows on backwoodsbrothers.com, and you can buy our merchandise on there. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Bye. Peace.
He's all about the peace.
I'm Brandy with Backwoods Wives, and this is the Backwoods Minute. The moments you think you can't are opportunities to prove that you can. When you see something that's in your way that's telling you can't do it, look for a way that you can do it. A good example in my life would be with my illness. I have lupus, which is a pretty severe illness. It could mean a lot of things. It could be fatal. I've been told my whole life I can't do things. When I was a kid, they told me I would never make it to my teenage years. Once I made it to my teenage years, they told me I wouldn't make it out of my teenage years without being in a wheelchair permanently. As an adult, I was told that I'm lucky to be alive, I'm lucky to be walking. I'm still walking with a cane, but I'm still walking. I found ways to show the world that even though you're telling me I can't do this, I'm going to show you that I can. A lot of people would say that somebody in my position and my condition wouldn't be able to do work, which I don't work in a job that pays me, but I am a president of a nonprofit organization. I work every day. I've found ways to take what I'm told I can't do and turn it into, I'm going to show you that I can. And I think that's something super cool that I've been able to do because I had the right support system in my life. I have God as my foundation, who's always been there to be my cheerleader, basically. And I found the right people to surround myself with, people that will support me in everything I do. They cheer me on, and they don't wrap my life in negative. They wrap my life in positive. And the more positivity you have around you, the more love you have around you, the more you can do. If you think of your world as a big obstacle, then it's going to be a big obstacle. If you think of your world as open doors, then there will be open doors. It's all about what you perceive it as and what you're going to look at it as. And that's, I think, the most important thing is that you can change your world with your perception of it. You can change how you react to things. And that's that. Thanks for taking a minute. We'll see you next time.
Doggy!